Greetings, football fans. Welcome to Football in the Americas. I'm your host, Benton, discussing football in our own backyard, along with brethren. Junior, how are you doing, boss?
I'm good. Surviving the heat.
And we're surviving the heat. And all the Facebook family and YouTube family that was following us on the live chat, we had some issues with heat on our laptop, so we had some freezing of the videos. I want to apologize to all of them on that because it's pretty hot here in the A. It's 97 in the room that we're recording, so it's pretty hot. Come on, how are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, so football in the Americas will center on discussing football in our own backyard, and the key piece of football in our own backyard is the MLS. Let's kick it off with Portland Timbers. Portland Timbers defeated Vancouver Whitecaps 3-1, but come on, talk about the goal that Thea Bear or Thea Breer, Vancouver Whitecaps scored. That was a magnificent wonder strike.
Yeah, it took me by surprise. I know it took the goalkeeper, the Portland goalkeeper by surprise. It was an excellent goal. Even though they lost 3-1, that was what people were talking about. So for his first goal for the Vancouver Whitecaps, he started it with a bang.
Yeah, and Junior, you dream about scoring goals like those,
All the time. But I wonder if he thought he was dreaming. Do you think he meant that?
I don't care if he meant it or not, but he definitely scored it.
A beautiful strike.
So I'll give him credit. But Portland continued to roll as we head to the home stretch in terms of playoff season, and they were absolutely impressive. Portland is defending their yard as usual. Junior, your thoughts on their performance in that game? Portland just being Portland.
Parity being parity.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to the home stretch. Do you expect Portland to go far?
In the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I expect Portland, if they can keep that hot streak going, I expect them to do well in the playoff. You don't expect them to do well, come on?
I mean, I do. I do. I expect Portland to continue doing well, but you never know with MLS. I mean, you just need to go on a run of form, and then everything just go out the window. Example, DC United. So, we just have to hope that Portland continues to do well.
Yeah. Yes, we just have to hope. And some of us brought up DC United, so let's not wait any more time. DC United, they're playing LA Galaxy later on this evening. Come on, how many of you guys getting in that game?
Maybe we can eke out a 1-0 loss.
1-0 loss? Oh, okay.
So hopefully it's just by one, and we're not embarrassed like the last game.
Right.
But I see DC struggling to keep up with LA Galaxy's speed and defense today.
Yeah, and that game is 7:30 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports and Fox Go. Junior, Zlatan is back from suspension. You expect him to run riot on this DC fragile back line.
With all of the hoopla around what he said about the playoff mentality, and yes, I expect him to go crazy.
Yeah.
And especially with a player that is going off to be a player coach next year, but somebody that is on the other side that he's going up against. Those are things that get that ongoing. So yes, I expect him to do that.
Yeah. So two things. Can you remind us on what Zlatan said? Remind the football fans on what Zlatan said about playoffs and
he doesn't like the fact that teams are. From his perspective, he thinks that teams are, instead of playing to be number one, they're playing to be 1 of 8 or 1 of 7.
Okay.
So he's saying that the mentality is poor, and how can you expect the league to get better if you have players that are out there that are satisfied with saying we're 7th best or we're 6th best?
Come on, do you care to chime in on Zlatan's view? I mean, Zlatan always seems to be stirring the pot here. Thoughts on that?
Zlatan knew what he was getting into when he decided to come to MLS. So it's either you want to be a player or you want to be an executive and you want to change the rules. You can't come to the people them thing and complain about the people them thing. What he needs to do is make sure that his team is in playoffs.
True.
Because it would look absolutely bad if LA Galaxy is on the outside looking in. And people are going to say, well, if you only try to play to be one off. So I just think Zlatan's view has some merit, but there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
And this isn't the time.
It would be, I'm a Zlatan fan, let me just put that out there, but it would be a perfect comment for a player that already retired.
Okay.
But for a player that is currently playing, I can see where it can be misconstrued for what he said. And this is coming from a Zlatan apologist.
Okay.
So the non-believers in Zlatan, I completely agree, or I completely understand with where you guys stand on this issue. But the personality aside, I think this argument is valid. Mm-hmm. I think there's some validity to when he says that if a guy enters into a competition and wants to be one of 7 instead of being one of 1, surely his mentality should be different, right? So I see the mindset. I just wish it was from a retired Zlatan.
And this is spoken from the mouth of someone who's still yet to win an MLS title. He's not one of 7. He's not. In fact, LA Galaxy did not even make the playoff last year, so they weren't even one of 8. So Zlatan, go on ahead, yeah, brother. We're tired of the foolishness. Highest paid player in MLS though, currently.
Yeah.
Yo, come on. Before we get to the 5 stripe, Wayne Rooney looked like his time is drawing to close with you guys. Picked up a coaching job with Derby County, player coaching role starting in January. Is this the end of the Rooney tenure in DC? And do you expect, you guys to go out with a bang with Rooney and win this MLS Cup? I have to ask.
Sir, no. Let's just stop it right there. Because I'm like, even before all of this hoopla, you thought that DC United would win the MLS Cup? DC is good. No, DC is better than previous years. But they're nowhere they're MLS title contenders. Rooney is leaving. I guess the news is saying that his wife was unhappy with DC, and I understand. DC can be a fishbowl, especially if you're coming from England, somewhere that you're used to. So she just didn't like it, and they always say, happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
Rooney came in last season, and he helped DC. He actually pulled them up because they were actually struggling. So he assisted. This year has not been the dream start that Rooney wanted, or even the season that I think he wanted. I don't think he's leaving because DC is not playing well. I think he thrives on, leading a team because he was the captain. But they have gotten replacements. They gotten Kamara, which is a good player. Was playing, I think, in Norway, Scandinavia League. So I think they're bringing in players that might fit the Rooney mold, but not a Rooney kind of player. I don't know if you understand that. But they brought in reinforcements, so hopefully they can finish the season, maybe in playoff contention, maybe get one game in playoff, but I don't see DC winning the MLS Cup.
Away from a bug side to the 5 stripe, the U.S. Open Cup bound Atlanta United. They defeated Orlando in the middle of the week. Now they're heading to the U.S. Open Cup. They'll play Minnesota in the final, August 27. Ball Chat Live will be there. Ball Chat will be there. Your thoughts on Atlanta United? They're currently leading NYFC. It's pretty much smooth sailing for them now.
Well, it's 2-1 last time I checked.
2-1.
So
They're leading NYFC.
Yeah, I love the dynamic. I love the dynamic of the board and Pity Martinez. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys earlier in the season, it would be odds-on favorites that they would be coming to blows at some point.
Yes.
It seems like they have worked out their relationship, and just like anything else in life, if you are at a crossroads and you both people decide to go in the same direction, that relationship is a lot stronger and the team is a lot stronger, and that might be why Pity Martinez seems to be playing better.
Seems to be playing better.
And big up Florentine Pogba too, playing very good.
Florentine Pogba is doing quite well.
Yeah.
Come on, as we head to the home stretch in football in our backyard, football in the Americas, I want to get you to chime in, please, on Mason Toy and Kenan Rigre. Is that the correct name where there's an allegation of spitting in that Minnesota versus FC Dallas game? Do you have any news on that? Are you aware of that? There was a report that, Toy, I think, spat on the player and he got a red card in 96 minutes. Your thoughts on that? And I guess he should be seen a suspension coming down the pipe. Come on.
Yes, I'm saying, yes. Yeah, I heard about the incident, but I didn't delve into it, so I'm not sure what happened. I have to go and do some research just to see, but I didn't, investigate. But I heard about the incident.
Yeah, they said Mason Toy spat on him in the 96th minute. He got a red card. Coaches apologized to me, Cannon said. He explained to reporters after the match. I'm sure Mason Toy will apologize to me later on social media. I looked down and he looked up and spat at me.
The guy was just trying to spread his thoughts.
It's a Douglas Costa sort of incident here.
Yeah. VAR will be there next year, so we get more confirmation.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The VAR is in MLS, so if he spat on him, wouldn't if VAR catch it
next year?
It wouldn't stop. Right. So I think they're going to investigate because I know the coach said if he spat on him, he'll get what he deserves. So I think they're going to investigate. So I think there's more to come on that.
I agree.
LAFC is playing New Red Bulls this evening in LA. Red Bulls should get about 10, right? 3 or 4. Junior.
Tranquilo.
Tranquilo. All right. Come on, LAFC should beat the brakes off New York Red Bulls, right? And tonight the game is at 10 p.m. in LA.
No, I don't. You know what? I don't think so. LAFC, have they lost this season? Yes, they have. They still you have some teams that can actually beat a team. All it takes is a red card and 2 penalties still. But I do believe that New York Red Bull, they can match up with LAFC. Will LAFC win? Maybe. Will they lose? Maybe. So it's a toss-up. They're 2 good teams.
Yeah, right. All right, football lovers, any final thoughts on the MLS this weekend? Come on, and Junior, any final thoughts as we wrap up today's football in the Americas?
For me, the Rooney experiment, I would say, was a failure. And I think it's time for I think it's time for the MLS to more go to Carlos Vela road. Get the quote-unquote failed European players, younger. Bring them in and build up the league. That's me. That's my sentence.
Final wrap up on the MLS this week for you. Come on.
I'm just a little bit disappointed in Nani. I thought that Nani would actually be the difference maker for Orlando City. But he's just, he's not doing well. They try to return to FC. And while Nani was a good player for Manchester United, I just think that I'm just thinking that Nani is not making an impact or making the impact that people thought that he would make in MLS. So that's just another thing. Colorado is doing well. So they beat San Jose. So hopefully the league will get tighter and we'll see different people making the playoffs, not just the usual suspects.
Come on, it seems like the Chelsea loss today got you out of shape because I don't know what Nani, come on. Come on. And football fans, we have to sympathize.
Some Manchester United fans still love Nani. They love him because he used to run on his tippy toes, so they think he was fast.
Come on, football fans, we have to big up. It's all love. We big up, come on. It's been a rough day with Chelsea, so Take the opinions of Come On today with a grain of salt. She not be 100% on it today, but Ball Chat Ball Chat family, link us on social media. Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram. Ball Chat 1 on Twitter. Ball Chat Podcast or Ball Chat also on Facebook. Ball Chat Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and what, Junior?
Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, y'all.
Hit the subscribe. Football season is back, kicking it. Atlanta United will play the champion, El Champion, or whatever, cup final against America this week. Ball Chat will be taking it out, even though a party shop final that. Later, football fans.
Look at work I would.
All right, cool. Bye.